We are on our way to the hospital now. We are so excited. Sloan is coming a little bit earlier than expected, but we are so excited.
Raina, whenever you see this, just know that we both had plans for today, me and your mama, and you just don't want to break you all that, but that's okay because we love you and we're excited to see you.
Term versus preterm. Y'all, I'm talking about my labor and delivery experience. So I have 2 kids. My son is 4 and he delivered at 40 weeks and 3 days versus a 36-week-old where it was just like, wait, what now? What's happening? She was almost a month early. So my 40-week plus baby was 7 pounds 11 ounces, and then my daughter, she is 4 pounds 14 ounces, and so they're very different in size, right? You can imagine with my son, we were prepared for him, not only because it was my first pregnancy, because when you're pregnant they tell you, have your bag packed, have the crib together, have the car seat ready. So all of those things were in line by the time he came, and we were prepared for that. But my daughter, on the other hand, with her at 36 weeks, it was me and my husband, we had an inkling that she might come a little bit sooner, but I was thinking maybe 2 days 2 days before her due date, not a whole 28 days, right? So we weren't prepared because one, we're expecting to move soon, so we're in the process of looking for a house. So we didn't put up a crib. We're strategic about what we put up because we're like, okay, we want to make moving simple, right? So that alone changed what we were doing to prepare. But then on top of that, by her being so early, we like, we still got time, and then it's the second one, so you're not as on it. So we didn't have a bag packed. Thank God we had started a registry, so people had gotten us stuff from the registry, so that helped so much. So thank y'all so much, because we had gotten a few diapers. We had the diaper bag. We had our car seat from my son, and granted that wasn't ready to go. It was in the basement. So yeah, we just weren't prepared at all. Once we got to the hospital, I mentioned in the previous video, because of her age, we weren't able to deliver in the birthing center. So that was definitely a change, a difference. And then also the tests that they had to do. So with my son, they did the traditional tests, like they'll do your hearing test, their vision, they take blood and things like that. But with my daughter, she had to go through extra tests. So they were doing glucose tests every time I fed her. And that alone was like different, because she's ready to eat, but you got to tell the nurse, like, okay, I'm about to feed her. Come take her blood sugar. But they had to check that to make sure that she was getting the nutrients that she needed. They had to do jaundice tests, a couple of those throughout our stay. And then they had to do a car seat test, and that was like an hour. They just were sitting in the car seat to make sure that she can handle longer car rides, and that her lungs could take sitting in the car seat. So that was all new to us, very different. And then, not to mention, when I talked about the stay with my son, we stayed in the hospital for 24 hours, and it was like, you good, bye. And then with my daughter, they were like, we stayed 3 days because they wanted to make sure that everything was in order. It was 3 nights that we stayed. What's up, y'all? So we are at the 24-hour period of being at the hospital with Raina. She was born at 7:44 yesterday morning, so we are just waiting to hear back if we can go home today, or if we have to wait until tomorrow. And thank God all of her tests came back normal. She was, in good health, developing. She had everything that she needed to have, but they just wanted to take that extra precaution because she had come so early. But overall, we just were so grateful that she came to us and that we have 2 healthy children. There's nothing that can substitute for that. So tell me, when did y'all kids come? Did they come on time? Did they come what's called early? But you know what I said, because we are tithers, like, she's not early, right? Because my fruit isn't cast from the vine before it's time, and I stood on that. So when I found out that I was going into labor, I was was just like, well, Lord, that means it's time for her to come, right? She's not early, she's on time. It's just not by our standards of time. So what was y'all experience like? Did they come before the due date? Did they come after the due date? Were you guys ready? Did you have things in order? Let me know in the comments, and I'll talk to y'all on the next video. But y'all, I have to show y'all this food. Look at my breakfast though. I ordered French toast. Here is the French toast. This is the French toast. Like, really?